have taken the championship, 13 points, England of 12, then come New Zealand with 6, France with 3, and Wales with 2 points. So this is a situation today with the French referee, Mr. Jameau, and Dennis Williams on the right, and David Watkins on the left, and it will be a changeover with the Welsh team playing from the scoreboard end to the Mumbles end. New Zealand will be defending what we know here as the Mumbles end, and Dennis Williams, captain today, with Kenny Sterling being unable to play, concussion last week, cannot play today. So Dennis Williams, the captain, kicks off, and away we go. 40 minutes each way, and remember it's 5 tackle rule. He goes straight to full-back, David Watkins. In Auckland in the first match, New Zealand were 13 against Wales 8, so Wales have something to wipe out, particularly in front of their home fans. A lot of people come down to watch this match from varying parts of Wales. Godding coming across to John Smith playing as scrum half. New Zealand want to win this because if they do, they will then finish third, which is something they're very keen to do after Australia and England. Kurt Sorensen got the ball loose, and Jamo, the referee, get it to Wales. David Willicombe. No score. Peter Barnard, just give you some identification of teams in this early part of the match. I'm sure it's five tackles. You see the referee with his left hand up to indicate 5 tackles. Jimbo is one of the strongest forwards playing rugby league football. Comes from Cardiff. And David Watkins kicking. Running away from full-back Collicott. Oh, this is a chance for us. It just looked as if the ball was going to run on, and Test judge Joe Jackson with John Bevan running clear. The first running chance. New Zealand have approached this game very seriously. They've got the advantage of the wind, and Dennis Williams usually does a lot of kicking. And this is a strong boy, Tony Gordon, with a good tackle. On a good breakaway for Fred Arcoy. Fred Arcoy playing his first match on the tour in the international to Tony Cole. Not a knock-on. Halfway line. Kurt Sorensen just inside the Welsh half. And so far, New Zealand have been retaining possession. Not a lot of scrums, of course, because we've only been going about 5 minutes. A chance break by Hooker Conroy. Good play by Tony Fisher, the hooker, veteran hooker from Bradford Northern. Bill Francis from Wigan. He qualifies because his father. Oh, it's a knock-on. He qualifies because of parental heritage from Wales. That was Peter Gurnick with the ball. Having trouble in getting into the scrum, and the referee, Mr. Jameau from France, is saying he wants it on his particular spot, not on theirs. Just 10 yards out from the halfway line, just over. You can see it on the right with the little marks. And the New Zealand followers were watching this. Ron McGregor, the chairman of the league, who played here in 1947, is here, along with, of course, the manager and the assistant of the New Zealand team, Mr. Watson. Mick Murphy. A lot of regard for New Zealand rugby players here in Wales. Then shall runs down to John Smith. John Smith standing in for Kenny Sterling. The referee going in and penalising Bill Francis, number 6. Nobody going to have a shot at goal. I think Warren going to have a goal. Don't have a shot yet. So the two test judges, Jackson and Mr. Cran, have leads going behind the post. So we've got 25 yards line we're crossing now, and another 20 yards from that, so it's a 45 angled shot. 5 minutes in the first half gone, no score. The great goal kickers from New Zealand in the past, like Bert Cook, who of course came to play for Leeds, but of course was a rugby union player, and then turned professional, and Warwick Clark, full-backs that I've seen and liked. This is a chance for a 2-point. It doesn't take a long run, but it's well wide, I would imagine, and David Watkins takes it. David Watkins shows the ball to Roy Mathias from 25-yard line, and the referee is indicating tackles, not with the 5 at one time. He's doing it one by one, which is rather interesting, but rather misleads for identification of numbers of tackles. John Mantle. Well, there's been quite a lot of rain here, but these last 2 days, but the condition of the ground is very, very good, and very good. The drainage system, conditions look good, and the movement so far with both teams indicates that the ground is no problem. Of course, they play cricket on this ground, as I've already said. New Zealand cricket players will no doubt bear that out because they were here during summer. And this is a break pass to Gallagher, who's got support with him. It's not a forward pass. Bill France has scored, and the Kiwis are feeling for a forward pass, but it was taken by Banner from Gallagher and to Francis, who went in under the post, and there is Wales 3, New Zealand 0. And there's a little argument going on between the New Zealand players as to whether it was a forward pass or not. Mr. Jamo had no hesitation in falling through, and David Watkins had a chance to make it 5 points. Straight kick. And 2 points. 5 points to 0. 8 minutes gone in the first half in this World Championship. A match which both teams particularly want to win. Wales, of course, having beaten England earlier in the year in Australia, wanting to take this, and they're leading by 5 points to 0. But New Zealand, if they win, they will go into 3rd position. At the moment, Australia, not at the moment. It is in fact Australia who has taken the World Championship, England a second, just 1 point, with a tremendous match yesterday at Wigan. By many of his opponents, amongst other things, who have met his 16.5 stone from time to time. Big, strong forward, John Mantle. And it's amazing how some of the Welsh players, well, it's not amazing, but when they get... Chance for Tony Gordon for a forward pass. Well, the New Zealand players looking a little bit doubtful of that, about that, and particularly having had the action. It looked a little bit, might have been forward. However, it's New Zealand possession. Using Dennis Williams with Bob Jarvis. Fred Arcoy, one of the popular members from New Zealand, and Peter Gurnick. There's an overlap with the fullback. Well, watch how this fella goes. He pushes them off. He's a right crowd pleaser in this lad, Tony Gordon. He came in as a substitute against England and scored a try. 10 minutes in the first half gone. Gallagher being penalised for striking against Bob Jarvis. And the referee has gone another 10 yards back because Brian Gregory was talking. Now, this is the sort of thing that one feels in the soccer world might be done. The referee's calling David Watkins up regarding Brian Gregory, and it's caught ground at St Helens Swansea. Don't confuse it, St Helens Lancashire, St Helens Swansea in Wales. Doesn't take a long run. Strong striker, gets plenty of height, and no goal. Might be difficult to assess with a shorter post. I don't suppose Collicoat, of course, realises the wind coming from the sea and blowing it away. I suppose that's keeping the rain away, which is good. But not for goal kicking. David Watkins. Getting plenty of height so his forwards can get under it. And they do just that. But Bob Jarvis making sure they don't get the ball. Sorensen, Dane Sorensen, the two Sorensens. Frank Wilson going in quickly. Dennis Williams losing ground. Peter Gurney. Good loose forward. Not the heaviest of loose forwards. Probably not a heavy and big man like Travis Hardwick used to be. But a good forward he was. But he's very lively boy is this Gurney. And up and under, which he does quite often. Taken safely by Frank Wilson. St Helens, Cardiff. Wales, of course, in their traditional red jerseys in possession and red shorts. And New Zealand on the right in their famous black and white and hooped stockings. And Watkins ducking and dodging, weaving and getting the ball away. There's a chance of a quick break by Wilson, but he's decided to give Matthias the job of getting away from it all. Glenethley, Saucepan Bar, we had all the famous Welsh airs before that. Banner, De Francis, Wilson, Matthias, Wilson, Francis, Wales in possession on the left, all red. And not trying to give in the ball around, but Watkins knocking on. New Zealand in possession. Oh, this is a chance here. There's a chance for Tony Cole. Can he be chased? He's being chased. Can Bevan catch him? He's going to score if he dives. He dives and he scores. What a good try indeed. What a good try indeed by Tony Cole. What a way. He had to run and run and run, and his legs were almost giving out when Bevan was coming across, but he dived. Bevan and Francis were chasing him. and then he made the dive triumphantly to give New Zealand a try. They've been really working hard to make it Wales 5, New Zealand 3, and 15 minutes in the first half gone, and an easy chance for Collico. But there's Tony Cole, the scorer from the West Coast. West Coast produced many all right, but it didn't bolt it like he usually did. But it's 2 points, Wales 5, New Zealand 5, and so we start all straight up again. Well, that was a very good moment. Dropped the pass that led to the break. It's gone 10 yards. The ball's got to go 10 yards. Looking to get the ball away to Gurney. Cook is following through, but it was well taken actually by Brian Gregory. Good break. Good break. Dane Sorensen from Auckland. Principal town of rugby league, of course, principal city. And this is one of Williams' specials up and under. I did a chance. David Watkins had to go down for that, and we got player injured. And it's at Bradford and unable to play today. "25 yards line, Mick Murphy. Tony Fisher, Francis. Standing deep, Dave Willicombe. Dave Willicombe is one of the bright prospects of Welsh rugby league football. Mills, and a knock-on. And if Fred Acoy could have got clear then, there might have been another sensational race for a try. And it is still New Zealand in possession. It's still 5-5. And now showing the ball well, Tom Conroy, the hooker. Not the heaviest of hookers, but still a lively one. And the referee must give a penalty there. Must give a penalty. Mick Murphy concerned with that. And the referee indicated what it was all about, so it's a chance to win. So it's actually 25 yards plus another 10 to make it 35 yards in the distance. And he threw a piece of grass up to see which way that he thought the wind was going to blow. But what he doesn't know, whether it's going to blow from the sea, just as it takes the kick, he's got to allow for that wind coming in off the sea. And the flags are up exactly with 20 minutes gone and 20 minutes to go in the first half. And there's the scorer who really attracted the attention of British rugby league fans in Bradford when they played, with a very good try, and now he's scoring here. 5 to Wales, 7 to New Zealand. Wales to kick off. And New Zealand lost quite a lot of their good rugby league players to Australia. Bernie Lowther and Eddie Heatley, Robert Orchard, but they've still got some good ones left. And this Tony Cole, for instance, is really shattering down the middle. There's an urgency, a sense of urgency about New Zealand now. The Kiwi were a good ducking run back by John Smith, and he went under a big stiff arm hanging out. Probably not deliberately, one might add. The 5-tackle rule, of course, in international rugby league. David Watkins, one side step, but then he was sandwiched, and 25 yards line. Frank Wilson, who's capable of dropping the ball as he did then, but he's quite capable of going. I was just going to say he's capable of going off the end of the field, but he's not going without the ball. between the halfway line and the 25-yard line. John Mantle, been a good servant in rugby league football. New Zealand followers will remember him as a good tourist. Banner. Again, the pass being dropped. Using full-back Collicoat. Using the big, strong bumper. I think I'll call him, instead of Peter Gurnick and Tony Gordon, I think I'll call them Bumper Gordon and Bumper Gurnick, the way that they both keep going through on the forward. New Zealand got quite a few supporters around. Kenny Sterling's father, Bluey Sterling, who came in the 1939 tour, he's here along with quite a few people. Murray Eade's father, but Murray Eade injured and not in the side. Fortunately, he's a good forward. Oh, it could have been a sensation there with John Bevan if he'd taken the ball clean. And number 5, John Bevan, went to take the interception, and it'd have been away behind the post, but he didn't take it. I'm sure New Zealand followers and New Zealand rugby fans will remember John Bevan when he played rugby union and scored quite a lot of tries. Five points to Wales, 7 to New Zealand. And we're into the last 15 minutes or so in the first half. Mick Murphy. Just a little bunching now by Wales. New Zealand have had a very good cold side, and they brought a lot of good players through the cold side. Today, Tony Carl and Peter Gurnick and Warren Collicoat all came from the cold side, and that is the future, no doubt, of New Zealand Rugby League, having some of these youngsters brought in and then experience in playing on famous football grounds like this and playing against the best that the British Isles can offer in rugby league. It bags a room there at the scrum half, but Dennis Williams not quite making the break he's capable of doing at the moment, playing Patchill. Yannick Jarvis, there should be something here from, the pass was delayed. It gave the dummy. The referee says play on. Oh dear, they're dropping it around. Bit of a simple sort of a messing about pass. 15 minutes to half time, 5 points to Wales, 7 to the Kiwis. Chances are going astray now for New Zealand. They're just losing the sense of urgency. There's a good chance there with an overlap. John Mantle. St Helens and Newport. Did a show for John Mantle for his benefit recently. Well thought of in his own club of St Helens. Quite a lot of Welsh people often come up to watch the rugby league games in the north of England, particularly when Welsh players are playing, and there's one of them, Tony Fisher. James Mills, known to many Australians, played, of course, for North Sydney. Well, that was a bit of a good pass, and again, a good try by Francis from Mantle, and again, New Zealand claiming a forward pass, but sporting as they are, they don't argue, but in their hands out and appealing that it was forward. Dennis Williams, the captain, saying it was forward, but Francis, for the second time, got the try to put Wales back in front, 8 points to 7. 2-pointer, 10 points to 7, Wales into double figures. Both from breaks taken on the burst, both, I might say, queried by some of the New Zealand players against the French referee. Wales 10, New Zealand 7. Dennis Williams. Just no doubt a little disheartening for New Zealand. They feel a little bit disturbed about the 2 try, but of course this is the sort of game that once they're given, the thing is to get on with it and score yourself to take off the momentum of trouble. Wales 10, New Zealand 7. Wales in possession on the left. John Mantle, who was concerned with the break that created the opening for the try. Francis, Wilson. The Australians yesterday were doing a great lot of pinching the ball and succeeding many times. Good long pass. Jim Mills standing outside. A bit of soccer going on here. Well taken by Phil Orchard. A player who's scintillating runs on the last tour here, brought him a lot of tries. Jarvis. Oh, nice dummy, and now this could be Dennis Williams, a long one. Oh, it's gone far too wide, and the little dog joins in. Well, the play's lightening up now, and the New Zealanders realise this sense of urgency now. They've got to really go forward. They're only 3 points the margin down, 10 points to 7, and 11 minutes to half-time. Frank Wilson on the outer, there he is, taking the pass, and he's got John Bevan trying to get speed up, and he does get it to Phil Francis. A bit lively, to say the least. Gallagher dumping. So the crowd now reacting to this burst of splendour from Wales, but the finish in that instance not expected to bring the try they'd hoped for. John Greengrass. Jarvis. Collicoat. Enterprising Collicoat, the fullback, not afraid to come up. Arcoy and Williams kicking for touch, but getting it. 10 minutes to half-time, and 25 yards line on the left. And you can see the cricket pitch just to the left with the covers. Fred Arcoy. Toll gets more letters from New Zealand than most of the others put together. Must have a fan club there. Oh, well picked up, Jarvis. Well played, good move, good rugby. John Smith went scrum half when Sterling went off at Bradford, and he showed himself a capable player as a scrum half. Sorensen. Kurt Sorensen. I'm going to dive in for it, and his strength might get him, Phil Orchard. Very strong player, Phil Orchard. So near the try line, you can see it on his boot. And Tony Fisher pulling him back, getting the ball, and it's a scrum down. Tony Fisher. There's the ships at sea, this rather attractive setting. Banner, Peter Banner, Murphy. John Mantle trying to bring a few yards away each time to get out of the danger zone in the allotted spell of 5 tackles. Good tackle by Arcoy. Watkins will kick. Not a knock on and not in touch. Collicoat trying to go through Matthias, and Matthias is trying to haul him into touch, by his jersey collar. Sorensen. And the touch judge running in for Tony Fisher, being concerned with an incident and a penalty. And Tony Fisher looking very disgusted at the touch judge, Mr. Cran of Leeds. So a chance for Tony Gordon to put 2 points in and bring the margin down to 1 point. Second attempt, one success, and 7 minutes to half-time. 3-2 penalties, so this is the third penalty and a chance for 2 points. They've got the wind, but it's curing the wind, as they say, whether it's going to come out to this side or not. That's the tendency so far of the kicking. I think he's got it. I think it is straight as a die and into the middle. And there's Gordon, one of the men that will be talked about when this tour is over. Wales 10, New Zealand 9. So although Wales got the 2 tries, which New Zealand players were certainly talking about and querying, suggesting forward passes, they're now within 1 point again. And a win to them today will put them in third position and no doubt make their followers feel it was all worthwhile. Well, the 2 Sorensen brothers, Kurt and Dane, have been in this play quite strongly for this green grass, and now Dane Sorensen, and now Kurt Sorensen coming in on cue. Jarvis. Tony Carl got the first try. First try, of course, for New Zealand. Jarvis trying to find the opening and gets it. And away goes Kurt Sorensen. Orchard's coming up on the burst, and Orchard's got it. And what a good try indeed. Excellent rugby league football to put New Zealand in front 12-10, and the crowd giving their appreciation and showing it, with Kurt Sorensen, who I've been saying had been very prominent, giving it to Orchard, and off he went, and near enough, I would think, for Gordon, who's kicking for the first time on tour in this match. A chance to put into 14 points. It's 4 minutes to half-time. 12-10, could be 14-10. He's trying to gauge the wind, and he gets it. So that's a good kick, a good try, and a good point of time for New Zealand. They must feel a little more confident now than they did a short while ago. 3 out of 3 for Tony Gordon, kicking for the first time, as I said a moment ago, on this tour. So the Welsh fans now saying, come on, and they'll have to do, because there's some lively youngsters in the Kiwi pack, but not by dropping passes down there. And penalty against New Zealand for kicking Dennis Williams on Frank Wilson. 3 minutes to half time. Watkins probably have a shot at go. He's going to. Plus injury time, of course, and here there are neutral time keepers. Actually, for Great Britain, it's a first-grade referee, a man called Peter Massey. Third attempt, kicked 2, so it would be a hat-trick of goals for Watkins, just as it was when we were here a couple of weeks ago. 14-10 to New Zealand. Takes his 2 to the left. Probably hasn't touched his moustache yet, so he's not going to bother today. Yes, the flags slow to go up, but nevertheless they do. 12. 2 minutes to half-time. And Wales to receive from the kick-off. Well, there's plenty of points in this match, 26 altogether, and a half still untouched. The whole of the second half still untouched from a point or any point of view. Rather interesting of the scorers, with Francis getting the back, getting tries for Wales, and for New Zealand, the two second row forwards being very much involved in the play, both Cole and Sorensen. Cole scoring the first and Sorensen making the second. Well, Davison used to be a pretty good hooker for the Kiwis, I remember. One of my many tours to Australia. Get it to Bevan, the crowd is saying. But too late. The crowd loves to see John Bevan run. It's very popular, of course, down here. Comes from Aberafan, a famous home of rugby players. Got a bit of injury time to add to the 1 minute. 1 minute to half time. Interesting to see where the referee signals the tackle, but not necessarily giving them all at one to the right hand. A chance for Frank Wilson, got it inside, and he makes it for John Bevan. Already salutes before he's over, and decides to go behind the post. John Bevan to put Wales back into the lead. 15 is the who to goes with the half-time score. Wales 17 points, New Zealand 14, and Wales 17, New Zealand 14 into the second half. And New Zealand at half-time were a little bit perturbed about a couple of the tries. The fell-to forward pass and claimed that one of the test judges was signalling a forward pass. Francis for Wales got two, Bevan got one, and New Zealand tries Cole and Gordon with goals by Gordon 3 and Collicoat 1. Watkins 4 goals, so 17 points to 14. It's been very close. Lead has changed hands quite a number of times. Strong run and a hard line to knock on. An advantage to Wales. Kurt Sorensen been having a very good match. Big John Mantle. One of the youngsters, Dane Sorensen's 19 and Kurt Sorensen's 18. And Fred Coy 19. So New Zealand almost of under 20s against Wales's. One won't be unkind to say over 40s, over 30s, but there's quite a lot of players who are past 30. A chance for New Zealand. 17 points to 14. Bill Francis knocked on. Just the one try, the margin. And I'm quite sure Georgie Menzies, the coach, great footballer in his day, has had quite a lot to say to them at half-time. Oh, and Tony Fisher was going in there, and the test judge has gone in. Little bit of needle there, and a penalty to New Zealand. And the referee, who is he calling up? He's calling up Kurt Sorensen. But in actual fact, of course, Fisher was involved with it, and the penalty is being given against him. I would think there it was a question of brother sticking up for brother with comment, the two Sorensens, and there's the sacred Swansea turf being pushed down by Tony Gordon. Tony Gordon, quite a weighty, beefy chap. His fourth attempt is all track record at the moment, 3 out of 3. Gordon to kick, not a long run. It's wide, it came this side, he didn't quite get the gauging of the wind, but it went close. So Wales 17, New Zealand 14. So just to the start of the second half, with New Zealand having gone off to a cracking start, the first 3 minutes, Phil Orchard goes straight at them. Knocking Mick Murphy back. Dane Sorensen. Just a little bit of needle coming in now to this match, with a margin of 3 points in favour of Wales. The young Kiwis really going into it now. Looking for support and getting it from Tony Cole. Gurnick, Jarvis, Smith being buried very quickly. Greengrass. And the 5th tackle, of course. In league football, the 6th tackle, and we've got a Welsh player injured. Looks like Bill Francis. Looks like Tony Fisher. Can't see him in the scrum. It is doing well to maintain a level at 6-6, some 6 now, in fact, in their favour. You could see the movement of the Kiwis, sense of urgency. Well, this is a chance for the strong boy to go through Watkins, and it goes through Watkins. Does Gordon with a good try to peg it level, pegging again. 17-17, 5 minutes in the second half, and this boy Gordon taking it from Fred McCoy, and it's Gordon to kick. So Gordon, who wasn't, I suppose, considered, well, he was considered obviously, but he wasn't certain to be in the first 13, now must be surely getting himself a place regularly with this sort of football. 3 goals and 1 try, 9 points so far to Tony Gordon, the boy from Auckland. And you see what I was saying about the stand, goes to the dead ball line, and that's the distance he's got to go. Again, it's a question of handling the wind. He's against it this time. 17-17 before he kicks. Doesn't mess about, gets on with it. But it's no goal when it was needed. 17-17, and already the lead has changed hands 5 times. So the young Kiwis against the more experienced Welsh side. Now just in the first 5 minutes or so of this second half, looking a lively lot. George Menzies had a lot to say, and I see that acting captain Dennis Williams is telling them to stand deep, knowing that it's going to be put well down, and it does to Collicoat. There's a little bit of hard work going on in that tackle. And the Welsh team are now just doing a little bit of mistaken identity, I think, there. They probably don't know black from red, but still. 25 yards line on the left. And Greengrass can't get in, but he does. And he's gone field side as Greengrass did actually before half-time. Sorensen, Dane Sorensen, number 8. The long-haired Peter Gurnick to Kurt Sorensen, a long one, but it didn't come off. John Bevan almost deflected it. Fred McCoy. Oh, he's being carried and being dumped. As they say, prostrate, and Dennis Williams is showing that he's being kicked. Bob Jarvis and Bill Francis was concerned. So the first real spurt of trouble coming soon after the second half, with the score 17-17 after 8 minutes, second half. The referee talking to Jamo, the captain, Dennis Williams, talking to the French referee. Fred Coy down and the penalty. David Watkins to kick. The experienced Welsh team, I might just have too much savvy about them, but the younger Kiwis have certainly got into this second half with a lot of endeavour and not afraid to get into the attack, but they're now defending. Strong along the line there, just to the back of the cricket pitch for Glamorgan. Ryan Gregory. 17-17. Wales now getting the cheers of their fans, working some sort of a move for Big Jim Mills. Must be only a couple of yards out to see the posts. The padded posts. Don't pad them possibly as much for rugby union as they do for rugby league, but probably it's just the way I see it from this vantage point. Should be a try here for David Willicombe, and it's a good try for David Willicombe from Bill Francis going the almost blind side. Does his 2 steps to the left, just touches his moustache, and then breathes and goes round the corner, and it's a goal. It was over the props before the wind took hold. So Wales 22, New Zealand 17. 11 minutes gone with Wales taking again a lead. The lead has changed hands many times, I've just said, but to see it after a bright second half start by New Zealand, they would feel a bit unhappy about that. Position created after the incident which lost them possession and position. Experience now might tell its tale. John Mantle. John Greengrass from Canterbury has gone into the field side prop, and David Watkins will no doubt use the wind as much as he can. One of them sits on him, in addition to somebody going below, going the short side. Tony Carl started the scoring with a very good individual try. A hard tackle by Jarvis on Watkins. Fisher. Mills. Big strong forwards in the Welsh team. Defending, but leading 22 points to 17, and it's all in this last half hour or so with New Zealand trying to find a way through. Half-time, Wales tried just before half-time, 17 points to 14. Wales had tried 2 by Francis, both which were disputed by New Zealand on the ground of a forward pass. Then John Bevan, a real sensational try just before half-time, and then 2 minutes to go, Willicombe good match. David Willicam from Cardiff and Wigan. New Zealand tries Cole, Orchard and Gordon. Much more experienced and older Welsh side than the young Kiwis, who a lot of them are in the teens, the two Sorensons. But it's Wales leading 22-17, having scored the highest point in this World Championship. New Zealand on the left, in possession, dark jerseys. Garnick. New Zealand desperately wanting to win in this match to go into the third position of the World Championship. Australia taken by 1 point against England 12. England's win yesterday put them into second place. 15 minutes gone. Second half, and almost a chance for Frank Wilson, but still a chance for Matthias. A little lazy work by the Kiwis. Wales have got Watkins, fullback, who's using the wind, which is blowing in from the sea, and after the sun comes a bit of the cold. But Watkins probably playing in his last season in to number 8 position, field side position, against the big strong Jim Mills, also from Cardiff. And it's Peter Banner, Wales possession. 22 points to 17. John Smith has now taken it from him and got it. And offside, Wales offside, Tony Fisher offside. Wind might prove to be the deciding factor. Blowing down towards the cricket scoreboard end, those of you who know the Swansea ground so well. And a good crowd here, been enjoying the fact of the lead changing hands 6 times. Both teams working set-piece moves, taking 2 defenders out of position, they hope. Well, there's the move, which does just that. Halfway line. And this World Championship match, which one of the stars, this boy, Dennis Williams, the captain of the day, New Zealand without Kenny Sterling, the captain who was injured, concussed. And also loose forward Murray, for that matter. And after the loose forward taken, they played Peter Gernick. The experience of Wales, now position-wise, and the touch coach goes in. Mr. Cran of Leeds, the referee is a French referee. I haven't seen him, he has now. So off he trots, and he points to Tony Fisher with his flag stick, and it's a penalty against Tony Fisher. And the referee is threatening to send him off if he either does it again or chats again. Dennis Williams to kick. 80 minutes gone in the second half with the 22 points to 17. New Zealand very keen to get this win to take them up into the third place in the league. Wales 22, New Zealand 17. 1 try, 1 goal to Matthew. Jarvis working the moves, the range by their coach George Menzies, himself a very good stand-up half in his playing days. Sorensen, Kurt Sorensen, two brothers, Kurt and Dane Sorensen. Tony Cole. Bit of hard tackling going on. A lot of experience in the Welsh front three, the Welsh forwards really all together. There's a lot of Kiwis out here. Gernick. Play on, says the referee. Collicoat up from the full-back position. John Smith, scrum half, played centre. Looks as if the 5 tackles it up, and it's going to be an up and under, which he does quite often on the Baltic, and he's going to get it. John Bevan, I think, has got it. And injured is full-back Warren Collicoat. something after the kick was made, I would imagine. And he's certainly quite a little bit hard at the moment. Warren Collicoat injured. Well, Tony Fisher, who's been involved in a number of things. Tony Fisher, of course, Swansea in his hometown, and big Jim Mills. A lot of experience there, both experienced players, both past the 30 mark. And we've got the sub coming on, which is Bruce Dickinson and Warren Collicoat to go on, and that's very important for New Zealand. I think it's something on his head, and a head injury. 20 minutes, second half, so you know there's 20 minutes to go. Well, the Welsh team are now going to have to do an awful lot of tackling. Just what a lot of difference Bruce Dickinson's entry will make, I don't know, because Collicoat is a very good fullback, very hard to replace. Stuart Gallagher, ex-South Wales policeman from Llanelli. That's right, Llanelli. Collicoat has got a cut under his right eye, and there's a little bit of hardness coming in, and Fisher received something there. No doubt David Watkin will use all these penalties to get distance. Much harder then, of course, for the Kiwis to start coming back with the 5 tackles. 5 tackles, by the way, not the 6 tackles that you normally see in Grandstand or on BBC Two floodlit matches. Gordon has gone full back, Dickinson on the wing, and working again Brian Gregory. Wales on the right, New Zealand in their black and white hooped stockings, 25 yards line. This match has still got to be decided, although the advantage is now lying with Wales, 22-17 lead, and the wind, and New Zealand without their full-back. Collicoat having to rearrange their side. Fred, this is a chance for Garnett. I don't know whether he can take on Watkins. He's turning it inside. Tucker Orchard, with the man who might have broken the tackle, but John Bevan took him well. This is a chance for New Zealand now coming back in the picture with their young Kiwis. And this is the player that, Tony Gordon, that fancied by lots of people, but I'm looking around, there's 3 players on the ground. Tony Fisher is one, Stuart Gallagher is the other, and Bob Jarvis is the other. Bob Jarvis seemed to go down. There's been a lot of hard tackling going in this last 10 minutes or so, and before that, for that matter. Now available. Well, it's very unfortunate for New Zealand, very unfortunate for any team to lose a player at this stage with Collicoat off. At stitches in under his right eye, and Jarvis being put on the stretcher. Kenny Sterling couldn't play today because he was concussed last week. And the job is carried on. We proceed. Wales 22, New Zealand 17. Banner, Peter Banner, Frank Wilson for Wales. Jim Mills does a very good rendering of the Scottish soldier, does Mills. I don't know whether he'll do that after his triumph or otherwise today. Depends how you look at it. New Zealanders are still fighting for the life in this match. David Watkins, John Mantle, Francis getting in there first and getting it to back. Looking around for support, he's going to cross to the support with his Matthias. Matthias to Gallagher. Gallagher to Matthias. And the crowd rising to that. Wales back on attack, leading by 22 points to 17. Jim Mills. They did a chance and an overlap. Overlap on the down and John Mantle, 6'2", gets him over. John Mantle kept going. John Mantle was explaining why he couldn't give the pass. You don't find John Mantle laughing all that much, but he's explaining to John Bevan that he either couldn't get rid of the ball or he wanted to score, but whatever he did is 25 to 17, and this is how it starts again. Gallagher on the far side to Matthias, and the line was coming out and the cross, unless the wind does something unexpected, it doesn't get the goal, but the try was there, and a good try indeed. John Mantle, in his latter days of rugby league, no doubt will regard this as one of his highlights after having played an hour more, can still raise the gallop to score a good try like that. Aggregate in an earlier match was 42 points. Now the level, so we could get the only 2 points from this one, although I wouldn't think they'll kick again. I think it'll be for today. Looks as if New Zealand have just got a little bit worried now, not only that try, but having lost their full-back Warren Collicoat and their stand-up half Bob Jarvis, who've been having a very, very good match. On a little quieter now of the Kiwis. Penalty 7-5 for the Kiwis. Goes to Rugby Union follows. New Zealand known as the All Blacks. But here is the Kiwis. Most of these players are amateurs. In fact, Tony Cole, who is the player of the match today. Penalty for New Zealand, a kickable position, but the time factor, he's got to decide, not quite sure what to do, but they're going to let Tony Gordon kick at goal. Tony Gordon, this man came in as a sub a couple of matches ago, and as I was telling you about that, Clive Jones from Upper Avon and Porth Call runs up and down the test line to come in as sub, but when he interrupted us, it was Tony Gordon kicking and successfully kicking. He came into the match as a sub, and the Bradford fans really took to him, and today the Welsh Swansea crowd have really taken to this chappie, the Chuggy, I call him Bumper Gordon. He really runs well and kicks well. Wales 25, New Zealand 19. 10 minutes to go, and Clive Jones reports to the referee, and he replaces Brian Gregory.
Number 13, Brian Gregory, substituted now for number 15, Clive Jones.
I saw Clive Jones this morning training on Mumble Spear. So he was just walking or training, but he's getting his chance. Wouldn't be a goal, by the way, if it had gone over the post, although I once saw a referee give one. He didn't referee much after that, but that was by the by. 25-yard line, and New Zealand on the left. Now fighting to stay in this match. 25 points to 19. The older, experienced Welsh side, number of forwards past 30. Possibly the last time seeing this sort of this World Championship tournament. Some of these experienced forwards. And that Makes some doing to old Jim Mills at bay. That's what Dennis Williams, the captain, did at that moment. Garnick of the long hair having a good match, but not a good up and under. Number 13, Peter Garnick from Auckland. Obviously, there's got to be a little rearranging of the New Zealand team, and it's a little bit hard for her to have to put a forward in the backs. There's a chance for Matthias. Roy Matthias, the mentalist, St. Helens. And the crowd stayed this match. Mick Murphy. 35 points to 19. After a chance for interception, a loose ball, but a knock on. So after Cardiff's good win against the Wallabies yesterday, no doubt Wales will be quite happy to see this win against the New Zealand Kiwi boys. Wales taking the ball from the scrum, knock on, that was the fifth in succession. But then, of course, New Zealand rather disorganised with injuries. Watkins up from the full-back position. Wilson. Brad Jones. Peter Banner. Peter Banner, the baker from Lancashire, and David Watkins will no doubt have a go at goal. I'll give you any odds you want. 25 points to 19. And a little darkness comes in, and the crowds come in from across the bay. But this splendid ground, well drained, well, once we did, it's a knockout on this ground. So let's have a look at Watkins in action. Push short at first, 3, 4, 5 steps back, 2 to the left, 1, 2, short again, a little touch of his moustache, and he circles and pulls the ball, but no goal. Little difficult to tell in anticipation, but it's no goal. 25 points to 19, still the score, and New Zealand have it all to do now. They've had a good part in this match, but not feeling too happy, I would imagine, the situation in the moment. They had a lead at 14 to 10 at one period. Cover is there, but so is support. Peter Garnick is getting all over the field. It's one side to the other, and the Kiwis are giving the ball plenty of air. It's not a knock-on. Play on, says the referee, and his decision is right. Got to give it a lot of movement. And the Kiwis are doing just that. Stuart Gallagher on the touchline side. It is a match where the injured have got to go. 5 minutes of full time, 5 minutes to joy or disappointment for the Kiwis, and the same, of course, for Wales. But the Kiwis, of course, are 12,000 miles away from home. The Welshmen are at home in the valleys, and it's still plenty of movement. Tony Clark, the player of the match today, and off they go, still trying, 25 to 19, and a chance in the corner. He's got it just taken, Gert Sorensen by Roy Matthias, but it was very, very close. Gallagher limping, but will no doubt hold on. 4 minutes plus injury time. And there are timekeepers in rugby league who do nothing but keep injury time. Kiwis go probably gone the wrong way. Well, the players don't know what injury time there will be, but I gather there's about 4 minutes of injury time. One of the senior rugby league referees is the Welsh timekeeper. Chance to go deep. There's the Gordon. And there's not a good pass, but it's still movement. And it's touch. And Wales are sticking now in their own 25-yard line. No doubt the young Kiwis, who are very, very much in the 20 age group, most of them, some under 18, 19. Oh, good run by Fred. Interception, but no, the chance is saved. Good work by John Bevan against Tony Cole. They need to score twice. Remember, it's 25 points to 19, and he can do that. I know he's done it, but it's legal. Tony Cole rolling over, and the Kiwis back in this last desperate 4 minutes or so, standing deep, working a set-piece move, taking possibly 2 defensive players out of position. Oh, that was a bad one. Didn't come off. And a bit of a mistake by the Kiwis. Wales happy to get out of this one. Peter Banner running, and the Welsh crowd still staying. The Swansea crowd who know their rugby. Beat League or Union. Frank Wilson. As everybody says, woo, but it's a chance for Fred Akoya, who's had a very good match. The Kiwis not sensing any danger time-wise possibly, but must know it's getting close. They need to score, trying a goal, and then drop a goal to draw level, or kick a goal to win. John Smith. Had a good tour, John Smith. Sorensen. Wales will be quite happy to defend. 1 minute to full time, and then injury time. This is the strong follower, is this. Taken by Dave Willick and Tony Gordon. Mostly from Auckland. Tony Cole from the West Coast, and up and under. The wind brings it back a little bit, so it could be troublesome. And David Watkins gets back to it in the, I was going to say the shadow of the post, but there's no shadows around. There's plenty of activity. Peter Banner, the bigger chance for John Smith. A chance for Tony Cole, and Tony Cole inches, certainly inches, got a yard out. Last desperate bid by the Kiwis into injury time. Just taken by his collar, and this last grandstand bid by New Zealand is a brave one. It's a try by John Greengrass. I think he sent somebody off. Jim Mills has been sent off. Jim Mills has been sent off. There is number 8, Jim Mills being sent off. And I think it's Greengrass who scored the try, who is injured. The score, there it is. Let's have a look at this situation. Fred Akoya admitted, and then comes this big, strong, burly John Greengrass, number 10. Oh dear. And immediately John Mills couldn't see that replay, but he will certainly look back, and off he goes, the Greengrass. Great, good try. Green grass goes off, but Mills goes for the early back, with Gordon with a chance to make it 25-24. 22 at the moment, 25-22. And off we go. New Zealand have been very unlucky with injuries today. Jarvis taken off on a stretcher, and Greengrass now going off, and Collicoat off, and Gordon to kick, 25-24, but I don't think there's going to be time. 25 to Wales, 24 to New Zealand. Just a 1 point margin, and Wales are not going to hurry. 2 minutes of injury time gone. Wales 25, New Zealand 24, and certainly quite a dramatic match here at St Helens. I came here to see a match way back I think it was 1945, the first time Rugby League was played here. Great match between Wales and England in, of course, pre-television days. Watkins will put it deep as far as he can, but he doesn't go over the dead ball line. Tony Gordon playing full back. Be a sensation if New Zealand want to come and take this match. Contributed a lot to it. 25-24 the score, ball lost. I think that Wales can now hold on for the last 5 tackles. Mick Muffet, 3 minutes of injury time, possibly about 1 minute to go. They want to stick to the ball, Wales, and no doubt they will. A lot of experience in the side. Slow the pace. Francis might even score. Francis still weaving, ducking and dodging. Out to Willicombe. Willicombe moving the ball out to Mantle. Mantle nearing the end of his very illustrious career. Played an important part in this match. Mick Murphy, and the whistle for the 5th tackle in the posts of the cricket field end, or the cricket wicket end, I suppose I should say, where Gary Sobers did that tremendous job. 4 minutes injury time. There are, of course, lights here at St Helens. Something must come out of this. There seems to be some wide open spaces, and it's still Wales in possession. New Zealand holding on, and the test judges in for Lindsay Proctor, a penalty to Wales, and this will no doubt take, I would imagine, the rest of the injury time. Oh, they're taking a quick one. Could be a try from Matthias. Is it a try? No try. There goes the hooter. Trying to dive in, but it's no try. And so the hooter goes, and the teams away to the dressing room for their talking, no doubt, about what might have happened, but what did happen. Wales 25, New Zealand 24 from St Helens, Swansea. Hope you've enjoyed it. Goodbye.
So good afternoon to you. Thank you for your time.